All right, everybody, let's do a twin flame energy check-in. If you're on the twin flame journey, I'm going to connect in with a collection of twin flames that need the message to be heard today, beginning of September. This collective of twin flames. Let's see where you are right now. Let's see where you're going. All right. For you guys, as we start September, we have a lot of energy astrologically. We do have a new moon in Virgo happening on the 2nd. We have Uranus going retrograde on the 1st. We have Pluto still retrograding, popping into Capricorn on the 1st. And we have Neptune retrograding. We have Saturn retrograding. There's just a lot going on. And later in the month, we have a Pisces eclipse. So let's check in and see what's going on for you right now. This is the shift. Veiled. Let me move this over here. Veiled. Death. Home. This is a set of twin flames that are ending relationships with karmics, ending relationships with soulmates, and are choosing to make the shift toward their twin flame. This may or may not be you, but let's keep going and see where we go. There's something here about going home or coming home. And that's the energy is internalized with a transformation of death, okay? This is something that they know is happening. They know that this is going on spiritually. They may not have told anybody, but they do know this is going on. There's some kind of inner loss happening, this death card. There might feel like a lot of loss happening, even if you're the twin who's not leaving anyone behind or anything like that. But you may have a sense, or you may be leaving other people behind in your life, like friendships, longtime soulmates, karmic soulmates, things like that, that you're not married to. It doesn't have to be a marriage, but there's definitely some endings to karmic relationships right now and a sense of coming home. All right, so that's the shit. Oh yeah, look at this. So 8 of Cups. Wow. 6 of Cups. Knight of Swords. 10 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords. That's that veiled energy. I just feel here, we have 2 8s and a 10. We have the energy of returning home. That's what the 6 of Cups is. Look at this. It's like actively on the path right now. I feel like they've been running away from some kind of heartache for a while. They don't want to have any heartache, or they don't want to have heartache with you for sure, twin flame, but they do want to make sure that they are on the path to you. Whatever this connection is, I'll pull cards for each divine feminine, divine masculine too. But this is the connection. I'm really keying into a set of twin flames that are running away from an ending with this soulmate. They don't want to hurt anybody. This feels really, I don't know, disloyal, or just like, I don't want to go through this pain. I don't want to, so I'm running away from it, running away from pain right now. And the 8 of Swords, I just get the sense, this was the Magician too. I keep seeing this, but this is kind of like, I don't know how this is going to play out, but I am on the path to having it play out. I don't know what it looks like. Okay, this one of you is running away from some kind of pain and running toward, moving toward the twin flame. So yes, so this is correct. Every time I get the Ace of Swords after I say something, that's a big yes. More yeses. 8 of Wands and the 4 of Cups. This person, whichever one of you they are, I don't know if it's you watching or it's your person, they know the truth, right? In their soul, they know the truth. This person has had some kind of shift, some kind of soul recognition of the twin flame journey. They also have had some kind of heart chakra awakening, heart chakra opening. they could be in a situation that's very stable, that because they know, because they're getting a lot of downloads or whatever, now that connection has gone stagnant. The one with the karmic, the one with the soulmate has kind of gone stagnant. It's almost like now that you know the truth, you can't unknow the truth. And like they're running away. Okay, they're running away from this truth for whatever reason. I think it's about inflicting pain or feeling pain. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, they can be stubborn all they want, but Wheel of Fortune, there's a destined fated moment coming up here. Nine of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Judgment, and the Page of Pentacles. Boy, there's so much resistance here. So much resistance in these are big choices happening here. I feel like they know the answer, but they're resisting it. For those of you who aren't making any choices now, I got to say to you, like, even if you are not in a relationship right now, okay, Nine of Pentacles, there is something about being free of something, maybe being free of a lesson, finishing. Like, this is an ending card too, this Ten of Swords. Well, of course it is, Ten of Swords. And it's like, I now have the awareness, I now have the knowledge, and so I'm racing toward my future. I just get the feeling that you have learned a ton. The Page of Pentacles here, you've learned a ton. But there's something I don't want to know. I've learned a ton on this path, but there's something I don't want to know. What does that even mean? I just get it. There's something I don't want to know. Four of Pentacles. Something I don't want to know. Eight of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Star. I feel like it has something to do with being the bad guy. Don't want to be the bad guy. Don't want to be the one who inflicts any pain on anybody else. Even though this is your path, or this is the twins' path, they're kind of stuck because they're like, I don't want to inflict pain on anyone. There's a lot of people involved here. This says to me that when the masculine or the feminine, whoever this is, that is going through some kind of death, there's a lot of loss here. Okay, there's a lot of loss, a lot of endings. And though you might, if you are the one who's waiting for them to arrive, you might be like, oh, wow, that's exciting. Just know that there's so much healing that really needs to happen for this person. Okay, there's so much healing. Like, they now know the truth in their soul. They now know the truth. They need your help, or they need someone's help in terms of healing. Because I feel like they're not even really scratching the surface of how much they're learning from this karmic soulmate. This karmic soulmate is very, what's the word? Instrumental. Thank you. Instrumental in their growth. I don't get the feeling, I feel like this person was a long-term soulmate, was someone who was in their life for a long time. And they're either resisting the last lesson, they're resisting the final moment of it. They're resisting the final moment of it. And mostly, that's totally not a word. Most of these folks have been working on doing a lot of learning, doing a lot of healing. But this is like the next step doozy, right? The next step is woo, right? So they might have been very incrementally learning things and just moving along at kind of a basic pace, something that isn't really steep learning curve or anything like that. But the very next step is going to be massive. And so there is this resistance. The very next step is like, rip the Band-Aid off. Okay, so let's say you have surgery and you're going along doing the things you need to do, a little bit of movement here, a little bit of movement there. But then one day it's like, we got to take that cast off. We got to take that bandage off. We got to expose it and you're like, oh, I don't really want that to happen. I don't really want to do that. So I think there's a real hesitancy, even though it's going to be healing for the wound. there's a real hesitancy here. Why is that? It's like, why does this have to happen like this? Okay, these all jumped out. Okay, wow. All right. So there is something about heartache. The 5 of Swords and the 3 of Swords, the Tower. This is not going to be of their choice. Okay? They're going to step up to being the King of Wands from like being a page or a knight. They're going to step into this energy. They'll step into that. But only after the Tower comes through and kind of rips that bandage off. So this is not going to be of their choosing. And because they keep running away from doing the thing they know they need to do. They keep running away from this ending or keep running away from this person. But destiny right in the middle there, destiny and fate right in the middle. And then the 9 of Pentacles, which is the aftermath. So things are good in the aftermath here. I don't see a problem, but it's just that moment in time. Then they have to say something out loud, or they have to speak their truth, the Ace of Swords and the 8 of Wands, and they're just not wanting to do it. Just not wanting to do it. It could be different for each of you. There could be a different reason. Okay, each set of twins might have a different reason. But this person is feeling very reticent or very confused by this process. Like, why do I have to do this? Why is this happening? Or why am I getting pushed? I recall my own awakening, my own time in 2008, where I didn't have any animosity, or, there wasn't really a reason. And I took a lot of shit for that. But I just knew that the marriage I was in was over. I just knew it. It was like a claircognizant thing. I just had an inner knowing that this had run its course. This was it. There was nothing more here. And it's not like, because you're on the twin flame path, the spiritual journey, whatever, there is no such thing as kind of just like playing out the string. Okay. Or just letting something continue to roll along. Because there's another date with destiny here. And that's what I think this person is struggling with so much, that there does have to be an ending. There does have to be an ending. And so they're feeling a little bit like, well, I'm not going to do it, or I'm running away from this happening. I'm going to try to, have you ever had the experience of, this is kind of a silly story, but I'll tell you, I saw it, not in the trailer or anything like that, but there was a moment in a movie that I walked in on. Somebody else was watching this movie, and there was a moment in this movie, and it was like 30 seconds of the story. And a year later, 2 years later, whatever, I was watching that movie. When I was watching the movie, the whole movie, I was like, now how does that piece fit in with this movie? Like, I couldn't quite get there in my own head of like what that 30 seconds sample of this movie, how that was going to work out. I think it was Reservoir Dogs. I really do, because I think that there was a lot of like, what? Right. So something like that. And I couldn't quite wrap my head around like, why is that in this movie? Or how are we going to get there? And I think that's where this person is, that they know that 30 seconds of the movie, of their relationship or of their life, they know it, but they can't figure out how that happens. So they kind of are thinking their feelings. They're in their head too much. They're really being, and that's slowing them down. That's being very stubborn. They're not going with the flow. They're not doing what they're here to do. But they have some kind of inner knowing. There's an inner knowing here that says, okay, there's that 30 seconds of movie that's going to unfold in the story. I know it is. And so I'm trying to make it work. I'm trying to kind of like gerrymander the movie so it fits the way I want it to. And the universe is like, that's not how it's going to work. All right. So underneath, I'm getting these cards for you. I am enough. Let go of expectations. Soul merger, ebb and flow. I've gotten that a couple times. I think I'll read that to you. Karmic purge, mirror reflections. That's definitely what's happening here. And the electric, creative expression. So that's very interesting. This feels like a lot of what you or this person, you could be mirroring each other. Obviously, you're twin flames. So there's something here about the expectations that you might have of how this person comes toward you. You're trying to control that narrative too. Like you're doing kind of the same thing. You're trying to figure out how that's going to work. And it's definitely about, there's a soul merger here and there's a karmic purge. The karmic purge is happening first. There's something about getting electrified, the electric creative expression. And it all stems from this place of being enough. So that is the first healing that needs to take place. I am enough. Okay, I am enough. Let's look at divine feminine right now. I am enough. That's part of this. And I almost get the feeling this person's resisting. I don't know if this is the masculine or the feminine. This is the collective energy of the connection right now. So there's some definite resistance here. And there's some definitive need for healing, a lack mentality or an I am not enough. Or, just this kind of like trying to think how this is going to work. All right. So for the feminine directly, let me get some guidance for you. Page of Wands. Lighten up. Wheel of Fortunes right ahead of you. What's underneath? Three of Swords. There's the Star card. Healing the hurt energy. 9 of Cups. 9 of Swords. And then the 7 of Wands. So again, up in the head, trying to figure out how this is going to happen when the opportunity is for this to happen, right? The 3 of Swords. That feels very much like a healing of old hurts with this twin flame needs to happen. And then there's this worry about, oh God, will it go sideways again? All right. So there's that piece of it. Now, going sideways, meaning like, oh no, I was hurt once before, maybe a dozen times before by this person. I have a very difficult set of anxiety modes related to this person. That's the karmic purge for the feminine. You've got to release and heal the previous hurts, work on a different platform with your divine masculine. So what is the energy of the divine masculine right now? 9 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Fortune. We are definitely in a destined, fated moment here. That's incredible. Page of Wands. There you are, feminine. There's the 3 of Swords again. My goodness, you guys are in the same place. King of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, similar energies, 3 of Wands. I feel like the masculine, this is about expectations. This is about allowing. So this masculine has integrated their feminine. Lovely. This is a set of masculines who have a very strong feminine energy. Could have a lot of water in their chart. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Could have a lot of energy around the 4th house. Very nurturing kind of experience. They could be dealing with children. Lots of child rearing stuff going on here. Look at this. So she in this Wheel of Fortune has a baby. This is a child. Could be the inner child. This is also you showing up as divine feminine. They've integrated this. 3 of Swords. There is no such thing as a life without some 3 of Swords pain. But look at this. King of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. They have an expectation of happiness and joy in the future, and they are welcoming that in. And I just feel like all of this Wheel of Fortune, especially in the same place, the situation, Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Fortune. This is the timing position, Wheel of Fortune. Talk to me more about the Wheel of Fortune right now. King of Wands. Leo time. Leo time, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. 2 of Wands. Decision was made in Leo time. Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Decision was made to move forward in Leo time. So the energy of this collective of moving toward union, moving toward soul merger, there's a karmic purge that needs to happen first. Both of you might need to end situations or heal your heart around previous situations in order for this next step to take place, which is the Ace of Pentacles. So let's go deeper into this reading. I'm going to look at this Karmic Purge and Soul Merger. I'll look at what you don't see coming. Let's see what the challenges are next 30 days and get some advice. All right, there you go. Link is below if this is for you. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.